Welcome, folks, to Schellenberger Field on the campus of University of Lynchburg, where today, for the first time ever, we'll have the Knights of Southern Virginia taking on the Hornets of the University of Lynchburg. Hello, friends and fans. Welcome alongside the field. I'm Joe Hutzler, narrating your journey today. After a great game inside for women's basketball, we mosey our way out here to take on a task of shooting a game that we think will be pretty good, especially based on the results of the season so far for both of these teams. I feel like I should be given ice cream or something right now from this window. Hopefully, both these teams will be giving us some goals after the opposing team for Lynchburg last week did not muster up any. Two games in their on their schedule already complete and plenty of goals to talk about. We'll talk about that shortly. But first, let's talk about our players to watch today. And we begin with Southern Virginia, who comes in as a unit 1-1, and Tennyson Schmidt is leading the charge as far as goals and points are concerned. 11 goals for him, 5 assists this season, 25 shots. He's got a shooting percentage of 44%. And you see that impressive 72 shots on goal percentage as well. Just one game in the books for Lynchburg, and a couple guys we could have chose, but we're going with Riley Flores today because he knows how to dish it to an open man. 1 goal last week in that win over Randolph, but 3 assists as well, and 3 ground balls, which is an excellent number for any attack player, and certainly if you're a freshman making your debut. Each team's starters, and we'll do our best to catch up with what they are. By we, I mean me. As mentioned, it was just inside for an impressive victory for Lynchburg women's basketball as they finish their season 8-1 and get ready to host the ODAC tournament next week. This is a Lynchburg team looking to be a host in the ODAC tournament when the season is over for them. They are preseason number 1s in the ODAC preseason poll. Looking out on the field, 10, 16, and 14. That's Tennyson Schmidt, who we've already talked about. There's also Chandler Westcott and Zach Danneman. Those are your attack players for the Knights. 19 and 13. Number 13 is Nick Baer, 19 Jaden Arnold, and 32 Sean Lamb. Those are your midfielders for Southern Virginia. Looks like we've got 24. Nope, 30. 33 Brad Gardner. 31 Seth Millington. And 43 Trayson Withers. Those are your defenders for the Knights. And starting in goal today, Dallin Hampshire, a junior from Bountiful, Utah, between the pipes. Jay Bennett and Lynchburg's Quentin are your face-off guys to start. Clayton Jones also out there for Lynchburg, getting the start today, just outside the face-off circle. Chris Darminio also on the floor, on the turf for the Hornets. And a push off the first face-off will give possession to the visitors. The Knights, as I mentioned, 1-1 on the year, a win over Hampton-Sydney, and a loss, a close one, to the Falcons of Pfeiffer. Lynchburg, a dominating 24-0 performance against crosstown rivals Randolph last Saturday. Shot attempt and a great check from behind from Clayton Jones, and the Hornets closest on the dive, led by Tyler Gallagher, sporting a different uniform in his 5th season with Lynchburg. Spent 4 years as 43, now 26. He begins this passing clear that is successful for Lynchburg. They were successful in all but one of their 18 clearing attempts last week. And now the offense will get underway. Kyle Lewis, Brooks Poley on the turf. Dylan Wolfe out there as well. Your midfielders include Riley Mitchell and this guy, Collin Dean, who lets one fly. Good check from Sean Lamb, a senior, son of Coach Jason Lamb. And a shot that skips low off the stick of Rogers. And Lynchburg will keep possession on that dive. Here's Mitchell. Back to X. Rogers makes the catch. And they'll swing it around again. Lewis, jab step, shot high and scores. The Hornets with the icebreaker. Lewis for the second straight week getting the first goal of the game. And it's 1-0 Hornets.
Scored by number 7, Kyle Lewis.
Good talk in the midfield. This was an area of concern for Lynchburg's opponent last week, but Southern Virginia already doing considerably better. $38 goals this season in 2 contests for the Knights. Almost 20 per game. And still looking for the first. No pressure yet on Lynchburg's goalie, Patrick Moore, the sophomore getting his second consecutive start. Good look outside, and there's the first goal against the Hornets defense this season, thanks to Ty Veers, a senior from Castle Rock, Colorado. Makes it 1-1.
Goal, Southern Virginia. Goal scored by number 25, Ty Veers. Assist to number 24.
They give the assist to Jay Bennett. So a freshman to a senior. And the first goal against for Lynchburg's defense. Ritchie with a face-off victory. And that second group of midfielders will step in for Lynchburg. Ty Mitchell's brother Riley holds the ball now. Grant Voigt also out there with Jack Spears, who cradles it from the top. Here's Voigt, the freshman, and a big stop. That was Hampshire making his first save, second save, I beg your pardon, of the contest here early. It's going to be a really interesting test of Lynchburg. They did whatever they wanted to last week. I mean, the first 6 minutes, they had already had 10 goals against Randolph. And then literally in the second period, they didn't even attempt a shot. They just rolled it to the corner each time. Today's going to be much different. Southern Virginia team with 2 games under their belt, 2 close games. Much more talent, much more depth on the bench as well. So Lynchburg will have to adjust to a much improved opponent this week. Could be a really good test before the biggest test of the season comes next Saturday, 1 o'clock. Number 1 Salisbury comes to town, only on LSN. Lynchburg number 12 in the USI this week. Eric Knorr doing what he can, but not able to get past Cole Nestor. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Zach Daneman inside, off the post and away. Beautiful pass. But Eric Knorr could not finish. Counts as a shot, so the clock resets. Ride, step back. Here's a shot. Moore with the stop. They want the shot clock to reset, and it did. All is well at the scorer's table. And on the turf, we've got ourselves a good one so far. Good stick work by Gallagher. They're going to call a foul, though, on 26 in white. That won't bother him. Going to be a tough day for Zach Danneman. He's got to go against an all-conference, all-state player that is Tyler Gallagher. And again, smothering Danneman into a turnover. A CT for TG. And now Lynchburg looks to clear. Gallagher will take the honor of bringing it across midfield. And Lynchburg will bring that number one midfield group back into the game. Dean, Poley, and Ty Mitchell. Here's Poley, another fifth-year guy. I hesitate to call it a fifth year. They didn't even get a full fourth year. So it's more like a 4.5. Mitchell dishes to Dean. Lays it back for Lewis, who has the lone goal so far for Lynchburg. Ty Mitchell around the crease, skip pass to Dean, 30 seconds on the clock. Lewis once again, and once again, it's Hampshire with a big stop. 8 in Crimson is having an excellent first quarter. 5-shot scene, 4 stops. Lynchburg will get the ball back. Dean in a strong hand, long shot, and no one in front, so Hampshire sees it the whole way. Excellent start for the junior out of Utah. Good check here near side. Poley pushing on 7 in Crimson. DeJarlis lost it. Lynchburg trying to take advantage on a fast break. Dean pots his second. Make it third of the season. And his first today.
Lynchburg, goal scored by number 8, Collin Dean, assist to number 20.
Brett Rogers picks up the assist on that play. Rogers' first apple of the year. And as I mentioned, Dean's third tuck. Excellent fight in the midfield. Who will come away with it? It is Ritchie. Lynchburg was 70% at the face-off dot last week. So far, it's even between these two. Riley Mitch is his way to the top. Quick shot. Wolfe misses. Cranked that one hard, but just a bit off target. Pausing the action for an extra ball. Promptly thrown aside, and we get back to work. 7 minutes remaining in the quarter. Lynchburg out shooting Southern Virginia 10-5, leading 2-1. Dallin Hampshire having a day. 5 saves between the pipes for SVU. Just 2 shots on goal so far for the visitors. 1 stop, 1 goal. Jack Spears looking for a pick. Skip pass. Grant Voigt. Spin dodge. Dumps it. Goal line extended. Rogers awaiting for a cut. 10 to shoot. Inside. Behind the back. Kyle Lewis puts himself on the highlight reel. Looking like Mr. Jake Rust from a week ago. And Lynchburg with a 2-goal advantage.
Lynchburg, goal scored by number 7, Kyle Lewis. Assist to number 27, Brett Rogers.
Check it out one more time. Rogers waiting. Lewis scoring. And I don't know if you caught it. I didn't see if it was on the monitor or not. But when they were trying to get that loose ball off the field, Lewis did the same thing to chuck that ball away. So warming up a little bit for the eventual shot and goal. His second of the day, third of the season. And Lynchburg leads at 3-1. Coach Kudelka telling his team, hurry up. You got a chance here to ride this wave. Dean will try to keep it rolling. Big stop from Hampshire. Was he in the crease? He was. So it wouldn't have mattered either way. SVU will look to clear. And will do so. Now can they pressure the goalie? That's the question. Stout defense for the Hornets. Jack Albright, Tyler Gallagher, Alec Pupchus in there with the midfield group. Falling down, shot is going to be wide. Good effort nonetheless from Sean Lamb. And I think they're double checking to see if the shot clock should be reset. It is reset to 80 right now. They'll confirm whether or not it was deflected. And nothing definitive, so shot clock, actually no, it does come back to 44. So they do make that change. And SVU will start again. Schmidt. And a low grounder that misses off the stick of Veers. Veers again has room, sails it high. And this time, the ball finds the twine. Good effort close to the goal mouth. And SVU with an important answer. Check it out again. Chandler Westcott involved. He just kept his toes on the outside of that circle.
Goal, Southern Virginia. Scored by number 14, Chandler Westcott. Assist to number 16, Zach Danneman.
Zach Danneman gets on Westcott's goal. That is his 8th of the season. And we've got ourselves a one-goal game again. Loose ball opportunity. Sweeping it back in play for Gallagher to finish the ground ball. That was initially Marshall Rodegast with a gritty play. On the other end, quickly in transition, here's Rogers who scores. Give the assist to 33 in white, Cole Nestor, the sophomore from Salisbury, Maryland, speeding through the middle, connecting with Rogers. And Lynchburg answering back within 30 seconds to make it a 2-goal advantage again.
Scored by number 27, Brett Rogers. Assist to number 33, Cole Nestor.
Excellent awareness in transition by Rogers to find the open slot. And Nestor connecting. Rogers with his second goal of the season. And for Cole Nestor, that's point number 1. Dean rolls down, spins to the top, and nothing really opening up, so we'll slow things down. The Hornets with 13 total shots, SVU with 9, 6 saves for Dallin Hampshire. Patrick Moore so far. Lynchburg doing a better job of finishing on their good opportunities. Ty Mitchell sends one into the cross of Hampshire, who adds another save to his day. Then maybe a turnover. That one pinballs around up high near the R in Lynchburg. And scooping it in is... That was Isaac DeJarlis. He's still trying to get rid of it. Getting close to a 10-second violation. It won't happen because Rogers makes the pick. He's got a wide open net. Doesn't take the shot. Gives it back to a trailing Dean, who will score. Surprising that Rogers didn't just shoot it from distance, but felt like there was a better, higher percentage opportunity. And he did find Dean. This was Dean's first goal, but worth looking at again. .304 remaining, and Collin Dean has 2 goals. Lewis has 2 as well. And the Hornets have their largest lead of the early action here at Schellenberger Field. One-handed scoop by Peter Robertson. Excellent ground ball pickup for the senior out of Palmyra, PA. Crowd favorite. Team favorite. And this guy is going to be a favorite for years to come. Riley Mitchell puts himself on the score sheet for the first time today. And for the second time this season, a sophomore gets a tuck, and the Hornets starting to pull away early. Just one number separating Riley and his brother Ty. If you watch that play, it looks like the same person taking the shot, the way they move and operate. Of course, you know, Ty is a little tough on his brother. He got a little bit of ways to go to get as beefed up as the older brother, but in a good, really good strength and conditioning program with Ed Smith. So I'm sure that will come in due time. In this sport, if you're attack, though, it's primarily about the hands. And the Hornets' hands have been putting that ball in the cage 6 times today, as Patrick Moore makes an excellent stop for his second of the day. And Lynchburg again opening up on the clear. Here's the long pole. Gallagher bounces one. It crosses the line. Tyler Gallagher decided to come back for another year. And the senior graduate student, long pole defender, adds a goal to his tally. Check it out one more time. Last year in a different number on the same field, and the visitors call a timeout with 1:57 to go. It's a 5-goal lead for Lynchburg, 7-2 on LSN. That typical 4-game heavy schedule to start. Lynchburg has a bit of an easier start on paper for themselves, but it picks up next Saturday when they welcome in number 1 Salisbury. 7-2 is our score. I told you 17 shots for them have been on goal. SVU with 11 shots, 5 on goal, 7 saves for Dallin Hampshire, 3 saves for Patrick Moore. And right now the face-off advantage goes to the Hornets just barely, 5-4. And they have done much better on the clearing attempts, 4 for 4. The Knights are 3 of 6. SVU also has 6 turnovers to Lynchburg's 0. That will have to be cleaned up if the Knights want to have more success. Face-off violation against Ritchie. So SVU will take it here. Sean Lamb will get things started. Chandler Westcott, who has a goal. Good check by Albright, and forced to give it up back to Lamb again. Rodegast all over Lamb, who just throws one because there's a little bit of room, and there isn't usually a whole lot of room with those defenders. Once again, there's long sticks for Lynchburg, causing turnovers. That time it was Alec Pupchus who got in there and forced it loose. At the midfield line, though, it's out of play, and SVU will take over. Big shot and score. Possession didn't start out looking too good. Ty Veers scoring again, and a big answer for the Knights.
System number 10, Tennessee.
Let's go, Jaden! Let's go, Jaden!
So Veers now with 7 goals on the season and another face-off victory for the Knights, this time cleanly. Then a throwaway. Offside on Lynchburg. Will give it back to SVU. Costly mistake, as the Hornets certainly wanted to get at least one more chance before the quarter ends. Under 30 seconds remaining in the first 15 minutes. Robertson meets Lamb like a lineman meets those pads in summer camp. And then a shot that is fended off by Moore. Second time it's wide. And 1.3 seconds. Clock begins. Quick shot attempt. No good. The first 15 minutes are in the books with the Hornets on top. 7-3 over the Knights. Well, hold on a second. The clock still says 1.3. Maybe there was a timeout. I think there was.
After 1 period of play.
No, it should be the end of the quarter. Okay, so the horn didn't sound, but we were all right. So first quarter's over. Let's take a break and be right back. 15 shots to Lynchburg 17 in that first quarter, but just 7 shots on goal. Patrick Moore with 4 saves. Lynchburg had 14 shots on goal, and Dallin Hampshire credited with 7 saves. 7-5 face-off advantage for the Knights. Everything's close except for that goals department. Lynchburg has been able to capitalize, be more accurate on their chances as Tyler Gallagher gets another ground ball. That's 3 here in the first half. Can he get his second goal? No, that long stick worked to his disadvantage that time. And in the end, a little flip to Hampshire will negate that potential fast break opportunity for the Lynchburg Hornets. In his left hand, that's Chandler Westcott, who has a goal. He'll keep it. Attacking Clayton Jones. Westcott lost his feet, recovered, dumps it. Shot goes low and glances off the post. Shot coming from Veers, looking for the hat trick here in the first half. But Moore's best friend had other ideas. Schmidt. Tussle with Robertson. He loses that battle. Will the Knights lose the war? Yes, in that moment they do. Pupshis with the ground ball. Big turnover, but Moore is there to answer in a big spot, left alone on an island. A huge stop, his 4th of the game. Now Lynchburg, maybe they can answer quickly. They decide better of it, slow things down. First time we'll see Ryan Kenny, Tremel Robinson, and Jake Rust, that second attack group on the field. First midfield group, Collin Dean, Brooks Poley, and Ty Mitchell out there now for Lynchburg. Dean gets free, and a big save by the ankles of Hampshire. Loose ball will be found by Poley. Can't say enough about the play of the Utah guy, Dallin Hampshire. Didn't have to stop that one. It was shot wide. And an important clear for SVU. They were 4 of 7 in the first quarter. Nice skip pass, shot that glances off the turf into the stick of Moore, who was ready for it. First shot of the day for Landon Barney, another Utah native. Good pressure on this clearing attempt. Moore is way out of his net. Look at that stop by Albright on his knees, using that long stick to knock down a pass. Excellent effort, and Albright rewarded with the ground ball pickup. That was fantastic. Something that won't show up on the stat sheet, but certainly will be a moment of pride in the film room this week. Riley Mitchell, Grant Voigt, Jack Spears. That's the midfield group. Here's Spears on the near side. Rolls back and has to give it to Voigt. Quick shot attempt from Rust. Not going to work. Good pressure from Rust, trying to force Jacob Lamb out of harm's way. And eventually Lamb falls down. Ball is out. And the Knights will hold on to possession. Ty Veers, 2 goals. Down the alley. No open shot, trying to work against Arminio. Another potential one-timer thwarted by the sticks of Lynchburg's defense. And Arminio will pick up that loose ball. 6 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Still no score from either unit. Can there be one now? In transition, Peter Robertson just wide right. Everyone on their toes, holding their breath. Come on, Peter. He will get more chances, no question. So it's Brett Rogers, Dylan Wolfe, Kyle Lewis. Number 1 attack out there with number 1 midfield. Carter Bean, shading Dean. Another big stop for Hampshire. 1 away from 10 saves in the first half. Clear front runner for player of the game so far. If you're a Knights fan, this lead for Lynchburg could be much larger, if not for the great play between the pipes from number 8 in Crimson. Carter Bean. Now Landon Barney on defense a little bit earlier. On offense this time, Barney scores. A freshman. I beg your pardon, that was Tennyson Schmidt. Barney will get the assists. Schmidt scoring his first of the day and his 12th of the season. to lead all Knights in that category. First goal of the quarter for either team. And a face-off violation against SVU. That's their first of the half. 3 violations and a half becomes a man-up advantage for the opponent. Spears, double team, so dishes to Lewis. Long shot, big stop again. Hampshire being pressured by Lewis and does get it away. Hampshire came in today 1-1 on the season, a save percentage of 45%. He has stopped 10 of 17, so much better than that in this tilt. Great opportunity. That left ankle of Patrick Moore in the right spot, though. Veers that close to a hat trick. Got a great view of it from where we sit. And it was the right spot to throw it, but at that last moment, Moore planted that left foot on the ground and picks up his 6th save of the first half after not being tested a week ago. Just once, and he got a save in that against Randolph. And our first flag is out of the game. Lynchburg picks it up, and the Knights will go a man up. Two for 7 on the season is the man-up unit for SVU.
Slashing penalty be 1 minute.
1 minute slashing penalty given to Jack Albright. Quick shot off the post again. 3rd time that's happened against the Knights. They got to work all the way back across midfield to scoop up that rebound. Veers had his pass deflected, still connected, and then thrown away. Disappointment from Coach Lamb, and for good reason. Still about 30 seconds left in the penalty to Albright. But Lynchburg has a chance to kill it and then put themselves on offense. Pass, though, was knocked down, then scooped up by Robertson. So Carter Bean knocked it down first, and it works its way back to the man who almost threw it away, Josiah Martin, who was on the turf for the first time. We didn't see the man-down unit last week, so we didn't see 52 in white. Full strength now. Sprinting in to join the Hornets is Dylan Wolfe. This is Collin Dean. And that's a hat trick for number 8. Check it out one more time. Simple offense here. Give it to 8 in his left hand. Defense was too late covering. And Dean cooked him. Double horn from the donkey, as they call it, means that there must be a pretty serious question to be had. And it looks like the problem may be solved. I don't see anything wrong with the clock, so the scoreboard is working. Not sure what that was, but nothing to deter us from continuing, so that's good news. 4:44 remaining in the first half. And a face-off victory for the Hornets. Looking at their largest lead of the game so far, matching their largest lead. It was 7-3 at one point. In fact, it was 7-3 to end the first quarter. Only 2 total goals here in the second quarter, and that close to another for Brett Rogers, who has 1 so far. Lewis, jab step, looks inside, not there. Ty Mitchell around to X. No one cutting, so they'll regroup. Dean has room and sails high. I'll be honest with you, I got a little nervous for our photographer, Erin Farina. I don't know if she knows how close that was to her head. We're going to have to show her because, yep, she's moving now. As she should. Holy cow. 30 seconds to shoot. Or to get a shot on goal is more specific. That one will not count. Right idea for Ty Mitchell. Now 10 seconds on the clock. Long-range missile that goes high. Just 8. Lynchburg has to be quick. Let's start with Rogers. Rolls around, saved by Hampshire. Rebound comes out. Dean tried to pick it up and shoot. We've got an injured Hornet on the turf. Coach Kudelka upset with how high that hit was. I cannot tell who it is. I don't think our cameras are high enough to see the number. Director of Athletic Training, Caroline Wesley, Lynchburg graduate, will go out to check on the fallen Hornet at the moment. Coach Kudelka coming out to check on his player as well, trying to just look at who is out there number-wise and see who's missing. But as soon as we know who that is, we'll let you know. And eerie silence rolling over Schellenberger Field. And that is Brett Rogers, who was able to get up under his own power. Hopeful that it was just having the wind knocked out of him. And we'll hopefully see his return. His brother Kevin in a pretty big matchup today on the Division I side. High Point battling the Tar Heels of UNC for the second time this season. So Trammell Robinson will take Brett Rogers' place, an embarrassment of riches for Coach Kudelka as far as that substitution. Robinson, the team leader in goals in that 5-game shortened season of 2020. Nice no-look pass. The behind-the-back shot won't work this time, though. Standing in the way of Brooks Poley's first goal of the season was Sean Lamb. And a good clear for the Knights. 2:08 remaining in the half. Trying to cut into this lead one more time. We got a pretty good, fun video to show you at halftime, by the way. So you don't want to just leave immediately and go get some more refreshments and fill up the chip bowl. If you haven't seen it yet, Drew Carpenter was mic'd up for an icy practice a couple weeks ago. And to say the least, we got some great content as a great save is made by Patrick Moore. Then he lost it, and this time it's good. Second chance for Zach Danneman. Makes good on that second opportunity. And a 3-goal game again. First save, but Moore throwing it away. .90 seconds to play. And a clean win on the faceoff for SVU. Big faceoff victory when it comes to taking some momentum into the 10-minute break that we've got coming our way. Danneman gets pressured by Gallagher. Gallagher lowers his head, forces Danneman to give it up. Seven-second difference between the shot and game clock. Veers isn't going to wait that long. His shot, though, glances off the ankle of Darminio, who's chasing this one down near side and loses it.
Walk on, walk on, walk on, walk on.
Now the Knights can hold for the last shot if they deem to do so. Crucial moment here, especially if they can make it a 2-goal game. They'll feel like they're right back in it. Unfortunately, unforced error and a clear attempt for the Hornets. The ball will stay in play. Hampshire is going after it. So is Rogers, who's back in. Good to see 27 in white on the pitch, turf, pitch, field, whatever you want to call it. 9 seconds, clock stops. Lynchburg calls a timeout to set up one last chance before halftime. So we're going to keep it here, and for those interested in the Hornet scores elsewhere, I've got those for you. Lynchburg volleyball started their season today. A 5-set loss, 3-2 at Marymount this afternoon. Lynchburg baseball fell 7-0 at William Peace in their first game of 2 today. Told you about Lynchburg women's basketball, victorious indoors, 75-59 over W&L. I had the fortunate pleasure to call that game, senior day for Lynchburg, and they put on a clinic from the floor, over 50% from beyond the arc, and they finished the year 8-1 and look to be the #1 seed going into the ODAC basketball tournament next week. Only one other game in progress, game 2 of that baseball tilt in Raleigh, North Carolina. The Pacers lead the Hornets 2-1. Looking at my phone to pull up that information, and I get weirded out by seeing upset in the FCS, forgetting that we've got football in the spring as well in the college level. Crazy stuff. Here we go. 6 seconds. What can the Hornets do? They turn it over. I think Rogers stepped on the end line. And as the horn sounds, that will finish the first half of play. Well, Lynchburg had 7 goals in the first quarter, just 1 here in the second, but they do have the 3-goal advantage heading into halftime. We'll take a break. In the meantime, enjoy Drew Carpenter, mic'd up on LSN. All right, before we get the second half started, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the first half highlights. Oh yeah, for that we got to get some music. It was a gritty first half of action. Lynchburg giving up their first goal of the season, but also tallying 8 in the first 30 minutes, led by Collin Dean, who had 3. SVU led by Ty Veers with 2 today. There is Dean bouncing one in. That was his 3rd of the half. It's been an excellent back and forth affair. Both keepers have been tested and both with nice save totals. 12 for Hampshire and 9 for Patrick Moore. As far as anything else that sticks out, let's go ahead and gander at the stats through 30 minutes of play. In the team comparison, 29 shots for Lynchburg, 24 for the Knights. 14 shots on goal for SVU. 20 of those 29 for Lynchburg have been on target. I just told you the saves total, so we'll skip that. The Knights lead the faceoff battle 8-7 right now. Lynchburg has 22 ground balls to SVU's 19. Each team doing okay on clears. 10 of 14 for the Hornets, 9 of 12 for the Knights. But the big bugaboo at the moment for SVU is their amount of turnovers. 13 turnovers to Lynchburg's 7 at this juncture, as 15 minutes is put on the clock and the third quarter is about to commence on Schellenberger Field. Thank you so much for tuning in to this LSN broadcast and to our hardworking LHSN crew members today. And we are underway with SVU getting that possession thanks to a face-off violation. Lynchburg had a couple in the first half. Have to be cognizant of that moving forward. Don't want to give the Knights a man-up chance. They already had one. They did not convert on that opportunity. Lynchburg has yet to put their extra man unit on the gosh darn it, the turf. The field. I'm just going to stick with field. We're going to go simple. I was inside doing basketball, so I want to say court and hardwood. And last night it was soccer, so it was a pitch, if you want to be technical about it. Tennyson Schmidt, 1 goal in the first half. Lost that one, and it was chased down by Daneman, who also had a goal. Part of the 2-goal second quarter for SVU. Here's a wide open chance from the top, and it goes wide off that man's stick, Eric Knorr. Fresh shot clock.
Good, Pup. Good.
Pup's just staying there with Schmidt and then poking it away. Ty Veers inside, and a beautiful opportunity on the doorstep. Finishing is Chandler Westcott, his 2nd of the contest.
Southern Virginia.
One more time, you look at it. Westcott found a hole in that defense to camp out just outside the crease. 2nd of the day, 9th of the season for the senior from Layton, Utah. A lot of Utah natives on this team. And I would include Coach Lamb in that. Graduated from BYU. He's an excellent player for the Cougars. He was actually an on-field coach and a team captain, and was the first non-playing coach in program's history. Imagine that. A true player's coach in his college days. 9th season with the Knights. Here comes Nestor again. Had an assist on one of these moments in the first half. Goes for the shot this time and misses wide. But Lynchburg will get possession for the first time in the third quarter. Ty Mitchell Looks to get around Bear. Back to X with Brett Rogers. Had that scary hit in the second quarter, but starts the second half. So all is well for 27 in white. Dylan Wolfe lowers the shoulder, work around the defender, but misses the cage. .15 to shoot for Lynchburg. First offensive possession of the second half. Ty Mitchell. Here's Dean, 5 to shoot. Dumps to Rogers. Going to have to let it go. Left-handed, too tall, and a shot clock violation for this SVU defense. They can sense their time is now to go on a run, tie it, and maybe take the lead. Veers and Schmidt out there for SVU. And a flag's going to come out for a delay. There was a whistle for an infraction on the Knights to begin with. And then in frustration, they threw the ball clearly away from the closest Lynchburg player. And so someone will have to sit. Looks like it's going to be Eric Knorr, who puts himself in the penalty area.
The 30-second penalty leaves at 10:36.
30-second penalty, and the first man-up opportunity for the Hornets here today. Had one man-up goal last week. Skip pass out front. Collin Dean too high. Quick pass connects with Wolfe. Double teamed. Skips to Ty. Mitchell low. Hampshire with a stop. His 13th. Comes up in a big moment. Wolfe tried to go 5-hole. Those quick wrists of Hampshire got the stick down in front. And now in transition, a shot that's deflected. Carter Bean let that one go. We're back to even strength, by the way. Good look again inside. SVU's finding spaces in that defense. In transition, Moore with the stop. It's just outside the goal line. And luckily, Moore was the only one allowed to touch it in the goal crease. Now in transition, it's Gallagher. Back to Darminio. Darminio had that one bounce way high. Feverish action here. First meeting ever between these two programs. And it's turned out to be a good one so far. Jack Spears. Tough pass, but pulling that one in was Riley Mitchell. Voigt scores! There was a lot of talk about Grant Voigt and the talent that he possesses from the coaching staff a week ago. He got one last week. He gets one today. Check it out. Grant Voigt, freshman from Phoenix, Maryland. And what feels like a pretty important goal right now. SVU to that point had outscored Lynchburg 3-1 since the start of the second quarter. And they've had more chances as well. Important face-off win. The biggest issue, other than turnovers for SVU from that first half, was that they weren't able to string multiple goals together. clanging off the crossbar. Second shot is going to be wide. That was almost too quick to follow. But Lynchburg was able to deal with those couple runs, those small runs that SVU had in the first half, and then they would go on some of their own to maintain that arm's length advantage. I'll try to do it again here. 3 goals is the advantage now. Their largest lead has been 4 twice. Great check, knocking the stick cleanly out of Kyle Lewis's hand, and then picking up that loose ball with Sean Lamb. Great work by the senior. It's a big game for SVU's program. Taking on the number 12 team in the country, a program that's used to battling top-ranked teams. As a member of the CAC in the past, now the Coast to Coast Conference. But have always had to go against Salisbury and CNU, who are typically ranked as they are this year. That shot glancing off the helmet of Moore. And SVU will have another chance. On the run, spinning in. Moore makes that stop. And the individual effort by Danneman not going to work. Clayton Jones trucking the defender. He'll shoot it and miss. So close to a moment that people will never forget. The hit certainly will stick in people's minds. It's a shame it's not Friday, as you saw in that mic'd up video. Clayton Jones is all about Friday flex. Well, he just flexed on a Saturday, and it still looks pretty good. .7:10 remaining in the third. Things slow down for a moment. Everyone catching their breath. Marshall Rodegast playing defense on Carter Bean, and his shot is high. Quickly, Moore lets it go and connects with a sprinting Brooks Poley. His 4th and a half season. Poley, his shot is stopped by Hampshire. Still looking for his first goal of the year is 25 in white. Now in transition, the Knights have a chance. Here's a long bomb. Never got through, off the leg of Josiah Martin. Connor Hack's first attempt of the day. Another attempt from Westcott that sails high this time. You see Patrick Moore there, 13 saves for the sophomore today. Danneman rolls back, works inside, and this time it is a goal for Landon Barney. I confused him earlier. This time, no confusion. It's a 2-goal game. Check it out one more time. Landon Barney, the freshman from Cedar City, Utah. His first point ever in college lacrosse. And certainly one to remember. The Knights hanging in right there with Lynchburg as a face-off violation is charged to the Knights. Jaden Arnold. Mitchell dishes to Spears. Kyle Lewis got the goal scoring started today. Spears chops one down and misses left. Good look for Robinson. The pass was a bit too tall. He couldn't handle it. And then Robinson's momentum carried him in the crease. So the ball will be turned over to the Knights. Lynchburg's 9th turnover. Could this be SVU's 16th? And that whistle goes against Lynchburg. Good find to Westcott, and he's content. No need to rush. 2-goal deficit. That's a very small lead, especially in the sport of lacrosse. Now he'll skip, and Moore will make another save. Rebound comes to Pupsh's. Tough ball to pick up. But 36 in white takes care of it. Now Gallagher gives to Robertson. Great work by Lynchburg's defense. And what feels like a really big moment of this quarter. Now a flag comes in from behind the play. Lynchburg trying to take advantage in transition. And Rogers' first look not open. Rogers looking for a man cutting out top. He finds him. It's Dean. He goes low. Stop from Hampshire again. Dallin Hampshire with 15 saves today. Lynchburg's going to go a man up one more time. Did not score on their only chance to this point. Offside penalty. Lynchburg goes a man up for 30 seconds. Wolfe, Dean. Looks in, nothing there. So it's Ty Mitchell. Skip pass, looking for Wolfe, too tall. Ty Mitchell's got space and misses wide. That percentage for Lynchburg shooting on goal is definitely plummeted here in the second half. Skip pass wide again. This time it's Trammell Robinson taking the shot, and we are even again. Lynchburg changes their offensive play as the Knights are excited about that defensive effort, as they should be. Great stick checks lead to loose balls, but Lynchburg picks it up and have a couple men to take advantage, but they didn't. There were two Knights well behind the play. Lynchburg decided to slow it down. 20 seconds to shoot. 2:50 remaining in the third quarter. Ty Mitchell down the alley, back to X. Lewis spins, nowhere to go. 5 to shoot. A bouncer to Robinson, out top. They don't know how much time's left. Dean does. He's forced to let it go. And for the second time this quarter, a shot clock violation gives the ball back to SVU.
Reverse it, reverse it!
Martin hanging out on Veers as the Knights look to make it a 1-goal game. Haven't been within one since it was 2-1. Right idea, tough pass to complete though. Pupshus was there on top of Schmidt. And a loose ball picked up by Jack Albright this time. And a flag's going to come out. Another penalty charge to the Knights. Pupchus, his pass off the mark. And possession to the Knights means the clock will stop. We'll get the penalty. And Lynchburg will go a man up again. 1 minute penalty for the slash. That came from Connor Hack. And I apologize for that. It was not Hack. He was going through the penalty box, thought he was going to hang out there. It's actually 14, Chandler Westcott. So with 27 seconds to go, this penalty will end. Lynchburg with their longest man-up chance of the contest. And they don't take long to take advantage this time. First man-up goal of the day belongs to the man wearing the best number on the roster sheet. Dylan Wolfe, his first of this afternoon. Going low and sticking it off the bar and behind the goal line. Wolfe with his third goal of the season, and an important one for Lynchburg. Ten goals scored in the first quarter. That was the 10th goal since. Dangerous pass that does connect. Ritchie flipping that one back to Darminio. And Lynchburg can hold if they so desire. I don't feel like they will. They won't. Dean takes it and collects the Texas hat trick. 4 tucks for Collin Dean. Grip it and rip it, 8. 6 goals for Collin Dean on the year. And a quick answer for Lynchburg. 25 seconds between their last 2 goals, and all of a sudden the lead is back to 4. Robertson does a great job of moving the defender away from the ball, but Ritchie not able to pick it up. A scramble around the R in Lynchburg, and now a loose one that's picked up by Nick Bear. Bear drives in. Big check from behind. That gets everyone in attendance up in arms, whether because you thought it was a slash or because you thought it was a great play. Marshall Rodegast causes the turnover. Now it's Peter Robertson through the middle. Takes contact, hits the deck. Big check from SVU's Carter Bean. 10 seconds to go. The shot gets off before the horn. Anything that happens after that does count. Here it is. Moore makes the catch, and the third quarter is complete. This is better than last week, isn't it? I'm glad you're tuning in to when the Seagulls fly down south to Lynchburg next Saturday afternoon here on LSN. Looking very much forward to that tilt. Meanwhile, Clayton Jones, who lost the original attempt to win this face-off, will win it eventually. Darminio to Lewis, who goes top shelf. Reaching up top on his tippy toes to find the best cookies in the jar. Second goal of the day for Lewis. And a big one for the Hornets, trying to continue the momentum they built near the end of that third quarter. Lynchburg scoring the final 2 goals of the third in the last minute, 15 seconds. And this one coming with less than 30 seconds gone by. So within 2 minutes of game time, the Hornets scoring 3 and now have their largest lead of the game. Big deflection was on tap, but Poley said no. Reached up, grabbed the catch, grabbed the ball for the catch. And a Hornets offense that sputtered a bit in the second quarter. Sputtering no more. Full tank of gas. Brett Rogers with his second of the day. Was knocked to the turf earlier. Went off the sidelines. Came right back in and making a difference. As Lynchburg looks to do what they can to put away a really tough Knights team who have given the Hornets all they can handle. Plenty of time to go. We know SVU can score. The question is, can they score quickly and successively? I think that's the right word. I'm not sure. Looking down at our sheet, there's only been, looks like they have not scored back-to-back goals yet. Every one of their goals has been answered by a Lynchburg tally. So that's going to be a really tough recipe to win at the State Fair and to get them back in this one. Just outside the crease, no room for Westcott, who's looking for the hat trick. Comes out top and lets it rip, but wide. Backing his man down. Shot did count, but more was there for the Danneman attempt. Each keeper, each goalie, they don't call them goalkeepers in lacrosse, Joe, come on. Each goalie with 15 saves. Here's Trammell Robinson. Can he get in on the scoring action? Yes, he can. A bouncer from 10 yards away. And more Hornets allowed through the door check to the goal party. Robinson's first today. And it's his second of the season. Big win for the Hornets. And you can feel it now. Lynchburg fully in control here. The Knights know with every lost possession, time ticks away on their opportunity to shock the nation and defeat a top 20 team. Lynchburg number 12 in the land. Robinson colliding with two Knights, lost the ball, and a ground ball scooped up by Nick Bear. Great effort by Rogers to try and get in front of that pass. Now after the infraction, it's Rogers trying to give it back. Eventually it gets there to Lewis, and Kyle Lewis becomes the second Hornet with the Hattie today. Lewis gets his third, and the Knights call a timeout. 11:45 to go. The lead has ballooned to a 15-7 advantage for the home team. We will be right back after these messages on LSN. St. Mary's will be here at 1 o'clock on March 7th. before Lynchburg hits the road for the first time. They'll be at Guilford on March 13th at 1 p.m. and then at CNU on March 20th. Looking at Lynchburg's schedule, Salisbury, Christopher Newport, and Washington and Lee, all ranked opponents on the Hornets schedule. So even in a COVID-restricted year, Lynchburg still able to put ranked opponents on their schedule and make the decision for the tournament team even easier. Dylan Wolfe smacks the L, the equivalent in ice hockey of a water bottle shot. His second of the game. Watch it again. Wolfe cranks it up, smashes the L label on the top of the crossbar, and it's 16-7. Certainly you knew Lynchburg was capable of this, but last week's 24 goals came against a team that they've always had success against. And here we go again, Dylan Wolfe. Was he in the crease? I think that's what they're calling, yes. Wolfe was in the crease, so the hat trick will not count for Wolfe. If we have it, we will show it to you, but we're not as high as we usually are in the stadium, so tough to see if toes are outside that circle anyway. Meanwhile, back to the conversation surrounding the way this makeup of this game was, especially in the early part of the third quarter. SVU made it a 2-goal game. It was 9-7 in the third. Seven unanswered goals for the Hornets. And this fourth quarter showing that Lynchburg did not waver. They continued to do what they wanted to do, the game plan they had in place. And things just really opened up here in the fourth. Once again, the Knights not able to get out of their own way. You saw a shot of Coach Lamb a few moments ago with his hands in his pockets, and that's kind of how it feels if you're a Knights fan. Just wondering what happened. What happened to that little run we went on, and when it was 9-7, in the blink of an eye, here we are, a 9-goal advantage. Collin Dean leads all scorers with 4. He's got it again out front. Switches to his right hand, and Hampshire, who's been held in check, or just say quiet, in the saves department, now gets another. He sat on 15 for a long time. Dylan Wolfe doing what he can to get the offside call. He took a peek to the bench area as that ball glances off the post and out of play. He looked over really quick, see if he can push this man back to create an offside situation. Didn't work that time. SVU has done it to themselves a few times. You see Carter Bean, a senior from St. George, Utah, took that last shot. It's Ty Veers, 25 in crimson, 2 goals this afternoon. Here's an easy chance just outside. It was a beautiful look from Barney into Hack. But the junior from Syracuse, Utah, just not able to finish.
Middle.
Cole Nestor, an assist today. Cleanly brings it across midfield. And the second group of midfielders for Lynchburg goes to work. Spears, Mitchell, and Voigt. Everyone out there right now for Lynchburg has scored today, at least once, except for Jack Spears. Could this be it? Here he is. Looking for an opening. Not there. So he'll give it up to Grant Voigt, and they'll reset with about 30 seconds to shoot. Mitchell to Voigt, right idea, picked up, loose was the ball. Wolfe got it, let it rip. Hampshire made the stop.
Ready, gotta go west,
Stick broken. Grant Voigt's stick has been broken. You could hear it, you saw it, and then Veers takes advantage of the moment and collects the hat trick. Check it out one more time. Ty Veers, his third of the day and his 8th of 2021. First goal for SVU since 6:15 remaining in the third. Hoping that Grant Voigt has an extra stick. Most guys have at least one extra. If not, he might be sending a Venmo request to mom and dad. Lynchburg with the face-off win. They've won 17 here today. SVU has won 12. It's been tight in most categories this afternoon. 53-45 shots advantage for the Hornets. 10 more shots on goal for Lynchburg, 33-23. And just too many turnovers for the Knights, 21 giveaways. Lynchburg causing 13. Beautiful look by Dean, and then on the doorstep, Kyle Lewis, the equivalent of that guy in that video who brings McDonald's home, trips and spills it all over the porch. So close, but so far away. If you haven't seen it, look it up. It's hilarious. Dean inside, goal number 5. In what is his quote-unquote 5th year, Collin Dean adding some more icing to the cake. And the man-up team will come out as well for Lynchburg. Let's look at it again. Ty Mitchell, Collin Dean, just quick hips to get inside, takes contact, takes advantage from there. So we'll get the penalty call that came after. Goal is good. SVU will be in the penalty area again for 1 minute. This is the 4th time the man-down team has been on the turf for SVU. Southern Virginia for the uninitiated. Last time Lynchburg had a minute to score on a man up, they took less than 10 seconds to let the shot go. Lewis, Dean, here's Wolfe again, off the post and away. Dylan Wolfe sniffing a hat trick. Had it taken away earlier because he was in the crease. Ty Mitchell had to go on the defensive, losing the ball. Lewis, they continue to work it around. Wolfe keeps it moving back to X. Here's a quick one to Poley, reaches up top, and Hampshire's there for the stop. Brooks Poley with one too many Curb Your Enthusiasm moments today. He's still searching for that first goal. Meanwhile, in transition, Moore's best friend is there again. Man, we have heard the clanging of the bar a lot today on both sides. Back to even strength. Lynchburg will certainly want to work on man-ups this week. 1 for 4 this afternoon. We'll have to take advantage of any they get when they play Salisbury next Saturday right here on LSN. High noon start for what is traditionally the first game of the season. Not the first goal of the day for that man. Kyle Lewis with his 4th of the afternoon. It's his 5th of the year. And the Hornets up by 10. Check it out again. Hope he didn't blink. Face-off violation will give it to the Knights. And that shot sails high on Carter Bean. 3rd game of the season for the Knights after a season-opening loss to another ODAC team, Hampton-Sydney, 21-16 that day. And then a win over Pfeiffer, 22-19. They will be on the road at Christopher Newport this coming week, March 3rd. That's Wednesday of this week. And then they'll be at Cabrini next Saturday before hosting Salisbury on March 13th. You can find all their information at athletics.svu.edu. Here's Riley Mitchell. Had a goal in the first quarter. A 7-goal first quarter for Lynchburg. Then things really mellowed out from there. That's the story of this game. The middle part, I would give the advantage to Southern Virginia. And they brought it all the way back to a 2-goal game. It was 9-7. And then Lynchburg got mad. Ended up scoring 6 unanswered. Flag on the field. That's a 30-second penalty assessed to Lynchburg, so SVU will go a man up for the second time today. They did not score on their first chance. sorry, Lynchburg is going to go a man up. It's been a long 24 hours, all right? I can feel everyone looking at me like, come on, dude, pay attention. Sharp angle shot for Robinson. And no good on that. 11 seconds remaining in the penalty. Fifth man up chance for the Hornets. Poley. 2 seconds and 1. Penalty is over. And potentially so is this possession. Mitchell got another chance. Hampshire made that first stop. And a rebound opportunity missing wide. So Lynchburg 1 of 5 with the extra man group. And they will take a timeout. Probably going to see some lineup changes here. We'll tell you who they are when we come back. 1:52 to go in regulation. The Hornets on their way to a 2-0 start right here on LSN. Today they were able to get that with SVU as their opponent for Lynchburg's side of things. And they have done very well, pulling away to an 18-8 lead with under 2 minutes to go. Changes have been made on the field as we expected. Drew Carpenter is out there with Parker Dixon. Ryan Kenny, who has the ball now. Tremel Robinson and Grant Voigt, who have been out there a few times, they're also on the turf. And Jake Rust is back at X. He will take that pass. And Lynchburg will try to score at least one more time with this group on the field. Here's Carpenter. The senior takes contact. Lost it. Tries to clamp it down. A tussle that Ryan Kenny will win. Under 60 seconds to play. Rust for Kenny. And this one's going to roll and stay on this side thanks to the long stick of Tyler Gallagher. Robinson behind his back. He went for the pass. It got stuck in his cross. And we also have a flag on the field. Looks like Southern Virginia just continues to compound their mistakes. So, sixth man up chance for the Hornets. They'll have it for all but 2 seconds that remain in regulation. 60 shots today for Lynchburg. They had 43 last week. Of course, they took one of those quarters off. So you can assume that it'd be 2 weeks in a row with over 60 shots and 2 straight weeks with 18 goals or more. Can they get one here on the man up? Under 10 to go. And they're just going to run the clock out and step away with a victory. The Hive has spoken, and the Hornets take care of the Knights in their first ever meeting on the turf. And it's a final from Schellenberger Field, 18-8. Player of the game would certainly have to be, well, it could be a tie actually, but you got to give the nod to Collin Dean. 5 goals today for the Hornets, but also Patrick Moore, 15 saves in cage. And give the tip of the hat to Dallin Hampshire of Southern Virginia, 18 saves for him, helping SVU to hang tough with the Hornets today. Number 12 in the nation. They will be licking their chops, ready to host the number 1 team next Saturday at noon on LSN. We will exit this contest with highlights of today's tilt. We hope you have enjoyed it. I know we have, bringing it to you. It's been an excellent showing of lacrosse. An excellent job by the crew. Everyone working today, some working in new positions, facing adversity and bringing you the action here on LSN. Until next time, I'm Joe Hutzler saying so long from Lynchburg, Virginia. The Hornets victorious 18-8.